Welcome to the Dave Palma Show, the podcast that revives, restores, and awakens your innermost capabilities.
You have the training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail?
I love what I do. When you love what you do, you want to be the best at it.
Today is about the power of you. You will change the world.
Find your path to success through the journey of those who have succeeded. And now, your host, Dave Palma.
Hi, welcome back to the Dave Palma Show. And I'm your host, Dave Palma, and today we have a fantastic guest joining us. He's an actor, producer, and host with an incredible career in TV and film. You've seen him in some major hits, and he's here to share his journey and latest projects with us. Please welcome Jasper Cole to the show. Jasper, welcome to the Dave Palma Show.
How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good, thanks. And how are you doing today?
Doing good, getting ready for the holiday season. How about you?
I am indeed, yes. We've got a hotel booked right in front of Winter Wonderland with my 9-year-old daughter. So that's me bankrupt for the rest of 2025. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's worth it, right? Yeah.
Well, it's this time you spend together, isn't it? Really, that's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? Really,
right. You see it through the kids' eyes.
Exactly. Well, let's dive right in then. So you've built an impressive career with over 120 TV and film projects, and from The Purge, Anarchy to American Horror Story, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But many fans remember you for your role as Zeke in MacGruber, the cult classic. Can you tell us a bit about that experience and what it was like working alongside stars like Will Forte, Kristen Wiig, and Val Kilmer?
Yes, that was an incredible experience. I cannot believe it was 2009. I think it came out in 2010. It's like, where did the time go, right? For me at that point in my career, it was truly a big, they say next level or step up. It was a studio picture, and I'm a true comedian at heart. Like comedy is as much as people know me for these like
I love
crazy
comedy.
dramas.
Yeah.
I was an SNL fan from way back. So to get to work with that caliber of talent and Lorne Michaels and Seth Meyers was one of the producers, and every day out in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it was like we shot in August in the middle of the heat, but it was just a dream come true. And that was Kristen Wiig's right before she did Bridesmaids. So it was even before she kind of blew up, so to speak.
Yeah, wow. Well, now you're starring in and producing a Final Recovery, which is a Christmas horror thriller. It sounds like a unique twist on the holiday genre, doesn't it, really? The story takes place in a recovery facility where things aren't quite as they seem. What can you share about this film and what drew you to this project?
Sure. Well, actually, it was brought to me about 16 years ago by a fellow. I'm from Georgia, Jerry
Yeah.
Lee
All right,
Davis.
okay.
Yeah, I'm a Southern boy. Jerry Lee
Rainy
Davis.
nights in Georgia.
Right.
Just
That's
like the
right.
UK. That's the song,
That's
by the
right.
way.
Yes. It was brought to me, it was written for me, and then I tell people things take a long time sometimes, and
Yeah.
things take a short time. But anyway, we began this journey about 15, 16 years ago, and through many different stops and starts, it morphed from being like a gritty drama into being a drama that's now got the horror elements. I keep saying it's horror light. It's light on the horror, but it's
Yeah.
more of a thriller.
Right.
And it takes place during Christmas, but it can play any time of the
But yeah, of
year,
course, yeah.
because
It's like Friday the
remember how
13th.
Die Hard was like it was an action movie, but it just happened to take place during Christmas.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, all right, yeah.
it's more in that line. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. It takes place at this kind of rundown rehab center in Michigan, and my character Rodney is one of the repeat offenders who's like
Oh,
the veteran druggie who keeps coming back in, and you start to and he starts to realize there's something nefarious going on there by the owner, played by Charlene Tilton, TV icon. She runs the facility, and my character starts to realize, wait a second, something's not quite on the up and up here. And as they say, all hell breaks loose throughout
Yeah,
the
yeah.
course of the film. But it was incredible. We shot that exactly a year ago in Michigan when it was like 10 degrees and snowing, and this California boy was dying, freezing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it added a lot. I think it added to the film, the
Yeah,
weather
yeah.
and the snow.
Yeah, it's kind of got this reality feel to it by the sounds of things, Christmas time as
It
well,
it helps us as actors too
Yeah,
to really get into the moment when my character goes through a lot of drug withdrawals, and so there was a lot of shivering and shaking. And truth be told, there, it was very easy to do that when it was 10 degrees, and I was really
it's about
freezing to
10
death.
degrees now, yeah, in the UK. Actually, no, it's about 14.
Oh,
It's about
wow.
14, but it'll be 10 tomorrow, I think. It keeps going up and down, but
I mean, it's amazing. I guess like in Palm Springs where I live in the summer, people go, "How do you live there? It's 120." It's like there, I guess you get used to it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I was dividing my time between the Philippines and UK before just
Okay.
during the pandemic, actually. And I had to move back to the UK for health reasons. Um, but obviously, I've got family from the Caribbean and hot places anyway, so I've
So
been there.
you went from the humidity back to the cold.
Well, kind of, yeah, cold. It's all right in the spring and summer, actually. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah. But
beautiful.
but back to the film. So is this film? Because I've been looking for the trailer. Is this film actually?
Yeah, so we're doing an exclusive poster trailer release soon. We're the Buffalo 8, thank God, is our distributor. We did announce that they picked up the movie last month.
Yeah.
Um, so we're just kind of waiting on that official date, but I'm really excited. Yeah, the trailer's pretty amazing and the poster's amazing, but the PR people have a plan
Mm.
in mind, and so we're just kind of going along with the ride. But yeah, it'll be announced soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully, it's definitely be before Christmas because it's a Christmas film, isn't it? So,
Yeah. Although, like I said, it will play year round, so
yeah, year round, yeah.
it could end up being top of the year. I don't know, but it's definitely a holiday film.
Holiday, yeah, yeah, that's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
but we just don't have the
Some
official.
somewhere during the holidays, you can pick it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm very proud of the film and the team, and the cast was amazing. And Charlene's real life daughter, Cherish Lee, plays Tanya in the movie, and veteran Richard Tyson,
Oh yeah,
myself, Charlene, and it's
yeah,
just the whole that we shot in Flint, Michigan. The people in Flint were incredible. Our director Harley Whalen he shoots all his movies in Michigan, which is where
yeah,
and he tries to keep films in his home state, which is admirable because that's not easy to do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look at that. That was an amazing cast you're with. What was it like working with that lineup of talent?
It was amazing. Charlene and I have been friends over 20 years, and we met originally working on a short film, and we've been trying for years. There's been some projects that, we tried to do and it fell through. And I don't think initially, like on the page, people thought of her for this role of Nanny Lou, but my producing partner JR and I, we we thought, wow, I think she can really knock this out of the park. And
Mm.
for me, I've always been the supporting character actor. This is my first time number one on the call sheet, my first lead. For Charlene, who was always the leading lady ingenue, this is a gritty character part for her, and she's moving into these incredible character roles. And then Richard Tyson, who
Mm.
probably used to play more roles like I do, he's playing like a really a doctor, a veteran doctor who's had some problems. But
Yeah,
so all three of us are kind of outside our normal fan base, which I think is going to be interesting and nice as well. I mean, look, I'm always a character actor. I have no illusion that I'm suddenly, the leading man, but it was nice to be able to be my character sort of moves the storyline for me.
yeah, yeah. Sure. Well, what drew you to this project then? Oh,
Well, I think initially it was set in Georgia. It was set in North Carolina in the
oh,
South.
right. Okay.
It was going to be because Jerry's from the South. It was going to be sort of like this is right when the whole crystal meth, the opioid crisis hit back in 2005, 6, and it hit the rural areas. But we kind of got beat to the punch with all kinds of other projects that came out around that time about that. But sadly, the drug addiction problem has only just gotten bigger, and I think it's been in my family, my friends. It's
Oh,
hard to
okay,
find
yeah.
someone who hasn't
Well, yeah,
been affected by it.
it's ubiquitous, isn't it? Really, so it's a global issue
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm
So
very for fans, it's so I certainly had enough personal experience to draw from. So it's really the movie has I think it still has a lot of heart, and we were able to maintain the original story and like I said, throw in these other action horror elements, I think that kind of bring it all nicely together.
yeah, wow. Well, fans saw you also in Lionsgate thriller Fall opposite Jeffrey Dean
Yes.
Morgan, and that film was a hit. And now you'll appear in the upcoming sequels. Can you give us any sneak peek into what fans can expect from the next installments?
Oh my God, I will be murdered on the spot. Like
Oh no,
I
no,
think
that would be another thriller, then,
I
wouldn't
think the
Sorry.
floor will the floor will open up and I'll just disappear. But
All right.
I, to
Well,
be honest with you, I know very
just a
little
sneak
about the
peek.
sequels. I mean, they keep it, but I will I think we know from the first one, person in particular survives. I mean, I don't, one of the two female leads does survive the original movie. And so it's focused on her. Um, but I think people will be, first of all, let me just say this movie was an indie film that we shot. I always tell actors, you show up at every job given the pandemic. And Scott Mann, the director, he did a when I heard he was but my point is like you shoot this film not knowing anything's going to happen with it. And then lo and behold, it turns out to be a big summer surprise hit. And so, whereas like on MacGruber years ago, everyone expected that to be this big box office blockbuster. And while it did not exactly do that at the box office, in the last 12 years, it's gained this incredible cult following. So it's a toss up. You never know, really.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Well, another standout role was playing Corey Black in the BET series, The Family Business. I love BET. I don't wonder what happened to that actually. Uh, but you shared the screen with Ernie Hudson, and that role earned you Best Screen Villain or yeah, Villain at the International Nollywood Film Festival. What do you think made Corey Black such a memorable villain for fans?
Well, the thing about Corey, first of all, to work with Ernie Hudson, again, going back to our comedy, Ghostbusters, I mean, icon, classic.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, Ernie, this is an example where Ernie gets to shoot out of a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, har- kind of motorcycle drug. But I think sometimes I'm not so on the nose.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on anyway. I'm just gonna have to just
Oh
join
yeah,
the.
sure. I just tried to bring some levels of like humanity to him, and I did 6 episodes there, and I knew the producers and Trey, the director, so I had worked with this group before, and they're incredible. And just again, it's like getting to be offered roles from people you've already worked with before is such a blessing because I'm still auditioning and self-taping, and So rarely do I just get an offer, but yeah, it turned out to be a great experience.
Yeah, well, as I say, both BET and obviously Nollywood as well. It's both something
Yeah,
very,
anytime to be recognized by your peers is, I mean,
yeah, no,
we don't do it for that reason, but
yeah, yeah,
actors, they're lying when they tell you they don't like awards.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, a nomination is great. A win is even better. So,
Yeah. Well, on that Amazon Prime, you also co-star as Theo in Kombucha Cure alongside Emmy winner Tamara Braun.
yeah.
And you have a cameo in Don't Turn Off the Lights, which is also streaming on Prime Video now. What can you tell us about those roles, and how do you choose such a variety of projects?
Well, I have a real special place in my heart for Kombucha Cure. Kombucha Cure we shot in February of 2020, literally days before the pandemic. It was shot as a feature film,
Yeah.
an indie, and it's really about this little quirky town of misfits who kind of take on the big pharmaceutical insurance company, and it's with all the stuff in the news right now with this horrific shooting with the CEO of United Healthcare.
Mm,
There's a lot of attention about these insurance companies and what they deny claim after claim after claim. But we figured out this little town of misfits kind of figured out a way to get one over on the big companies. And Theo is a Vietnam veteran and he has a pet pig. And again, for me, I got to
pig.
play sort of a yeah, I got to play sort of a comedic
Yeah, yeah.
character, which was great. And Tamara is amazing. Um, but once the pandemic hit, the movie just was sitting there. And so we
Mm,
got together and decided to make it into 6 episodes of a series. And we just took all the footage we shot as a movie and we redid it and cut it into 6 episodes. And I think it plays even better as a series. And so we're season one's on Tubi. Fingers
TV. Oh
crossed that
yeah,
we can work
TV.
on season two. Season two is written.
Yeah,
Um, Michael Snell and Cecilia Choi, the creators and our directors, who also, by the way, are involved in Final Recovery.
yeah.
Shout out to them. And Michael Snell also plays Prophet Paul in Final Recovery. So it's like going back to what I said earlier, you want to keep working with people that you love and trust and then Don't Turn Out the Lights is a
Mm,
great horror thriller that I was offered a great cameo. They flew me up to upstate New York. And again, this is like seven 19, 20-year-old newcomers. Um, I was the old veteran, but it was great to be around. I love working with young talent. I love working with young directors. I want to keep that energy, that fresh energy, and that's turned out to be quite a hit as well on streaming and VOD. It's on all the platforms people can find it.
yeah, fantastic. Oh, that's great. Well, on top of your acting and producing, you also host your own podcast called One on One with Jasper Cole. What inspired you to start your own show, and what kind of conversations do you aim to bring to your audience?
Well, initially, when I was promoting MacGruber back in 2010, I was on a radio show, and the host at the time afterwards said, "Have you ever thought about doing a show?" And I said, "No, what would I talk about?" And he goes, "Well, you've done all these things." So my initial show was called On the Set with Jasper Cole, and we did
Mm,
it for 5 seasons, and that was focused just on the entertainment industry. And I like to shine the light on like positions behind the camera and people that most people don't know or see. And
yeah,
then after 5 seasons, I missed kind of just I wanted to just sit down one on one and talk and interview. So we opened it up to pop culture and
yeah,
politics and sports and pretty
yeah, yeah,
much just people that, and it gave me a chance to really show my real personality because I love playing all these bad characters and stuff, but a lot of people don't know my real personality, which
yeah.
is
That's it. Yeah, no, no.
not that at
It's
all.
generally is like well, because you're an actor, aren't you? Really, it
Yeah,
just
but
tends to be that way, doesn't it?
I'm kind of funny. I try to be irrelevant. No,
Yeah.
irreverent. Thank you. Not irrelevant. Please, not irrelevant.
No,
But
no, not on a
well,
podcast,
I
please. No,
yeah, we'll edit that out. No, don't. I'm kidding.
no, no.
No, keep the real me. But no, it's been great. It's actually one of my favorite things that I've gotten to do. I was a psychology major and
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit of college that I went to.
Yeah.
So I love talking to people. In fact, when I do interviews, I have to be careful because I'll turn around and start interviewing you. And
I have
my
had that a
publicist
lot actually on
my
my show.
publicist is like, Jasper, they're trying to ask you questions. Don't turn it around on them.
Yeah,
So
but I
I
mean,
do love it.
it's a podcast, isn't it? Really, so it's kind of like anything goes, almost, isn't it? Really, so it's more like a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, and because these episodes they go out worldwide, right? And I
Yeah.
had no idea. I just had no idea back at the internet radio and the podcasting what kind of reach it
Mm.
people you reach, and it's been
Yeah, yeah,
incredible. I love it.
yeah. Mine's went global. Like, well, during the pandemic, it just went everywhere, and
Exactly. And I did it in studio because there is something about, being there. But
yeah,
during
I
the
know. Yeah,
pandemic, it really showed me that it opened up a much wider variety of people that I could talk to who can't be in LA,
yeah, yeah,
one-on-one in the studio. So I take it either way. If someone wants to come in studio and they're local, that's great, but we do both. Truthfully, we took the whole year off during the strike. And I'm getting back to it in 2025.
Ah, okay.
So
I was going to say I
yeah,
did actually research it.
yeah.
It
I
looks
mean,
like you
I've got
stopped
like
doing. Yeah, it looks like you stopped doing the YouTube videos and then carried on Apple and all the, like you
I
say,
just
where
do
it
more
goes
of the
everywhere.
podcast.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's the way it is. It's audio, it's radio, isn't it?
it
Really.
ends
So
up being
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So for me, but no, I love it. I love doing it, and so thank you. We're gonna get back to it. Uh,
yeah.
well, actually, that's next month. I can't believe it's December, but that's 2025 is around the corner.
Yeah, that's right. 2 weeks. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Well, this is a Christmas show. It's going out live, so it is 2 weeks from now. So, well, Jasper, it's been a real pleasure having you on the show. Before we go, where can our listeners connect with you and check out your latest work?
Well, my website, jaspercole.com, everything's on there. The links to my movies and to the podcast.
Is
Instagram is at Jasper Cole Says, SAYS. And also I'm on Facebook, just Jasper Cole. And I think I'm on what's the new one? Blue
Blue
Sky.
Sky, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm not on X or Twitter anymore, but
oh, right. Okay.
really
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, and then my website.
So
I think
you're not an Elon Musk or Trump's fan then, obviously.
no, but you know what? I'm gonna end it and say here, I've turned a corner and I'm being very optimistic for this country and
Yeah, yeah.
for the next 4 years. I think I'm not freaked out like I was in 2016.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It does seem
Yeah.
a little bit, but who knows? We'd have to just wait and see.
Which denial is a positive thing to
He's already had a film out about him, hasn't he? So,
positive denial over here. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But
Well,
thank you so much. It's
yeah,
a great pleasure.
fantastic. Everyone, be sure to follow Jasper on Instagram and visit his website, jaspercole.com, for updates on his projects. Jasper, thanks so much for joining us today.
Happy holidays. Thank you, buddy.
That's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and remember, if you want to support what we do, then share, subscribe, and leave a review over on Apple Podcasts. Or head over to my website, davepalmer.com, and click on Rate Show. Well, that's all for now, but I'll see you in the next episode of The Dave Palmer Show.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.